How's it going, everybody? I'm here today playing RimWorld, and I'm going to show you how to build a freezer or refrigerator in RimWorld. Now, this confused me initially, but it's actually quite simple, and for those of you who don't want to actually watch me do it, I'm going to describe the process. Right here is my former refrigerator, and right here is my current one. What you need to complete a refrigerator is simply wall in an area and make sure it has a roof on it, or in this case, it has a mountain over it, and then install a cooler in one of the walls. Make sure the cooler exhausts the hot air into another area, and the cool air goes into the actual stockpile area of it. Now, in addition to this, to make sure all your food ends up in this cooled area, you're going to have to go to each storage stockpile and do a little management here. Make sure that, whatever foods you want are going in that stockpile, and then set the priority to critical. That means that all food will go to that stockpile forthwith. Now, when you have built the cooler, it requires power, and you can set the degrees that you want it to stay at right here in the dashboard of it. It's recommended that you keep it below freezing, so maybe about 5 degrees or however many, something like that below freezing, and you're good. Okay, now with that out of the way, and now you know a bit what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be building a wooden freezer right over here. We're going to pretend we're going to go 5. I think this would be big enough to prove a point, and speed that up. And we're going to need a wooden door, and we're going to set this zone. I probably should not have built it on top of the trees. We're going to set it to stockpile, and we're going to adjust the stockpile here, and we're going to clear all, and then we're going to go and allow foods. So pretty much all foods will be able to go into there, and once this is completed, it will be storing them. We're also going to need to bring some power over there, so I'm going to connect it to my windmill here, bring a power conduit right up to the wall, I think, where I'm going to have the actual refrigeration unit. If we go into temperature tab here, you can see right there's the cooler. It's called a cooler. So we're going, it could actually connect to the windmill without any needs for the conduit, but we're going to do it anyway. Make sure it's rotated in the correct direction so it cools inside. Also remove these trees. So there's our roof, and now we just have the cooler needing to be built. They're bringing the resources in, and we're that much closer to having a functional freezer. Pretty good. Okay, it has power, and now we can adjust it. So what are we at right now? I'm using Fahrenheit. We looks like 60. What do we want to go down to? 40, 30. Let's do 22. That should be just fine. So what temperature is it in here now? If we pause it, we can see the current temperature it's indoors, and it's 24 degrees. Outside, it's 44 degrees. So we have successfully cooled this room, and since we have the stockpile priority placed for critical, let's do that right now. All of our food will be moved into this stockpile. And obviously this is not ideal. I'm just isolating it here so you get an idea of what it would be like to build one without any of the other complications associated with it, like this one over here. In my experience, one cooler has been sufficient to cool the area. I have not needed more than one, but I have not had a extra large sized cooler. So if your refrigerator is bigger than that, then you might not actually have to, you might need additional coolers. I'm not sure. But if you look at all my goods here, they're all frozen at that temperature, will not spoil, and that is exactly what you want to go for. If you increase the temperature a little bit above freezing, they'll be refrigerated, but they will spoil. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but it's nice that they have that option for really realism's sake. So that is pretty much how to build a refrigerator or a freezer in RimWorld. And this is Alpha 15, I think. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.